Hey everyone, welcome to the Crypto Beach. Today we've got AltCoinSara. She's going to share how she got into crypto. It's going to be an exciting story with a lot of ups and downs. We're excited about that. There's some tips and some trends that she's also going to share with us that are pretty cool. So without further ado, AltCoinSara, take it away.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm over the moon to be able to share my quite an interesting story, I would say. Thank you so much for that, indeed. So I'll start, shall I?
Of course.
Been 4 years now. I've been into crypto. 2017, I got into it pretty much at the top of the market, because otherwise, how would you get into the market, right? It all started because my partner, he was making ridiculous amounts of money on this thing, Bitcoin. How does he make money and I'm not making any? So I put some money out, I bought Bitcoin, and then I saw on CoinMarketCap that there's like thousands of coins and they were going by like 120%. I was like, I can't be missing out on them, right? So I bought into them. I was watching different channels as well who were recommending coins, and obviously as an absolute newbie, I had no idea. I had to research, I had to spot legit, didn't realize that people get paid to do this. So I bought, and some of the coins I bought them because I like the name, I like their logo, or just because I heard someone talk about it randomly on Twitter, right? Completely wrong strategy. That's how I've done it. And up to this day, there are projects that my boyfriend still jokes about, like, how is Snowview doing? There's not a day that goes by that he asks me that question. So it was quite funny. But after that, whilst all of that was happening, we were watching videos from AltCoinSara and all loads of different channels. And because he likes to wind me up quite a lot. And he was saying, like, oh, pretend that you're on your own show, Sarah. So I did pretend, and I sort of had fun with it. And then I quit AltCoinSara. I started doing it on Twitter, sharing my thoughts, and people agreed, disagreed with me. And that's sort of where I'm at now. That was never something I planned. It just happened. And yeah, it's got a lot of ups and downs, having a bigger following, but the space is so versatile that literally anyone can find themselves. You know, you're a doctor, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My background is civil engineer. So I was a graduate civil, and now I'm a senior engineer. Well, I quit 3 weeks ago, actually.
Oh, really? Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So I could have done it around 2 years ago. I was already self-sufficient from crypto, but I enjoy being an engineer so much. I just didn't want to do it. And over the last couple of months, the opportunities that crypto kept giving me, I just couldn't say no anymore. And I could no longer sustain the 9 to 5 and then crypto and then also do bodybuilding on the side. It was driving me insane, and I just had to bite the bullet and just go full-time crypto. And so far, it's been my first week of doing it. I've had the best time ever so far. Absolute maniac, but I love it so much.
I'm happy for you. That's really great. A lot of folks come into the space and then it ends up being a really career transition opportunity, or simply because, one, there's so much growth happening. And then two, folks tend to want to, connect to a purpose when they're doing whatever they're doing. So if you're like in an industry where maybe you're enjoying what you're doing, but it doesn't have like that higher purpose, then you're definitely drawn to the opportunities of crypto. So on the topic, it sounds like it was a whirlwind. You got in, your partner was in, and you guys kind of probably figured out a lot of things together. He likely onboarded you. What are some tips or what are some things you wish you knew that, would have made a big difference for you, further down the line?
Oh gosh, there's too many. Probably. How much time have we got?
We got time. Just go ahead. Just give us a list. Give us the rundown. We want all the spicy details,
Okay, so first of all, don't believe anyone says Do your own research, focus on that. It's very hard at the start, essentially, to differentiate from what's legit and what's not. Potentially sticking to like the top 20. I know we've got like meme coins in there right now, so it's not essentially that of a great of a tip, but that's not my fault. But usually sticking to the top projects should be quite a safe investment, I would say. I always recommend it when someone's new to just go Bitcoin, Ethereum, you'll be fine. Thank me later. To remember that it doesn't always go up. The price goes down.
Yeah.
And when it goes down, it goes down. Like, it keeps you up at night. It's horrible. But if you don't sell, you don't lose. So having said that, there are some investments which are still down, like, Neo, for example. For me, it never made it up. I don't think it ever will. Which brings me to the fact that I'll, for example, never be able to retrieve my Neo because I left it on Cryptopia, which some people might not know was an exchange which got hacked in 2019, I think. And because I left my funds on the exchange rather than on a wallet, it got hacked. So remember, not your keys, not your crypto. Storing stuff on exchange is the worst potential thing you can do. What else have I got? I should have brought a list of those things.
This is great. This is great. I think because what you're covering about the exchanges wasn't touched on yet. So that's a good one for sure.
Yeah.
With the craze of NFTs, and your experience coming into crypto and being familiar with kind of the altcoins and the ICOs and all that, what are your thoughts on the trends that are emerging?
I think NFTs, like in life, collectibles are not something that's new. I was a child and I would collect little images of princesses, and we would use them as exchanges for who had chocolates or drink at school. Like, I was literally 8 years old and we would do that. And I know that was for us girls. The boys, they had like Pokemon cards, and they would also have its own value and they would use it. So NFTs in such a sense are not something new. And the fact that we can bring it onto decentralized world and make it in a fair way for everyone to be part of it is incredible. Having said that, as it is a trend right now in crypto, I think the trends have a tendency of booming and booming out and leveling out. So I think that currently the NFTs might be having what DeFi had early in the year. Like, I would compare it to that sort of a level. So I think the NFTs are going to come down a little bit and level out, but NFTs are not going anywhere. Same thing with GameFi. Those industries are going to change the world how we know it. So I personally do have some NFTs. I wish I had more and better NFTs than I do. But I just don't have time to go on OpenSea and look for them. Someone made an NFT for me years ago, and I still got it. I'm never gonna sell it because it was a gift. So it's got like a personal value, which I can't sell it. But NFTs are going to be another big thing in crypto. Already are anyway.
Yeah, already are,
Exactly.
Something that's cool to me is that, with altcoins, you remember you're going and reading about the project and you're going to get some of the coin from an exchange, right? But it's almost like you're buying it and you're holding it, expecting, improvement over time, right? So what's different with NFTs is that, like, let's say I'm an artist, right? I can go make an NFT. It's not like there's a huge team of developers or, to make a coin. So I'm like, whoa, these NFTs gonna explode. They're gonna explode. So many artists are gonna do this. It's about to be crazy.
Exactly. And the thing is, you don't even have to be an artist. Anything can be an NFT, like literally, I swear there was an NFT that got sold of a white bear, of a sleeping white bear. And because it was a white bear in snow, you couldn't see anything. It was just a blank white thing. And that sold for like a ridiculous amount of Ethereum. I don't even remember now because it was quite a while back.
Wow, that's crazy.
But you can literally make anything and anyone can contribute to it. Like, with ICOs, IDOs projects, it takes so much work.
Yeah.
Whereas NFTs, you can literally go on any platform, create your own NFT, start your own collection, start selling it. Yeah, it's endless opportunities in NFTs, and that's beautiful.
That is, you know, you have a very interesting background: engineer, bodybuilder, crypto expert. You know, how are you? Yeah, we're always learning. It's a process. Like you never like reach, you know, the top and can put a flag. I'm a crypto expert. It's like, nah, this is not next year, you know? But yeah, how do you marry all those kind of versatile aspects of your personality? You know, are you basically, are you doing anything in crypto that's related to the gym, you know, and vice versa?
Yeah, so like I said, I had to quit the engineering so I could fully focus on going into crypto, because I start like before all those amazing things happened, which is going to be a perfect answer to your question in a minute. I could sort of manage being on my phone and working. For example, when I was opening files, they take a long time because they're big files. I could respond to messages and do work at the same time. So, you know, I would commute to work, I would do it then, I'd walk up to the gym, I'd do it then. So it was constantly sort of non-stop, and it was exhausting, but I was managing and I was loving life. But as the opportunities kept arising, I couldn't do it anymore. I had a schedule, and crypto started overtaking that schedule quite significantly. So sort of to explain, my schedule is I get up at 5, 6 a.m., go to the gym, come back, start work, then I finish, and I would do crypto for the rest of the evening. And of course I've got life, right? So it wasn't great in that aspect. So I don't really have a social life. So that's the only downside. So the idea of me quitting happened because I've been offered a position of a CMO for a project that's called Defi. And also they've got a platform of a 360 wellness. So it's essentially fitness on blockchain. And if I'm not, and if I am not the perfect person to be in that position, then I don't know who else is. So I worked with those guys a year ago when they were just raising money, trying to get the word out there. They kept working in silence, and they reached out to me around a couple of months ago. They offered me the position. And I was sort of quite hesitant because, it's such a big responsibility, but it just made so much sense for me to jump on it. So essentially what it is, I'll tell you a little bit. So you know how you've got different platforms. You've got MyFitnessPal, you've got TrainerZ, and you constantly need to keep opening different stuff to put your different data. Well, essentially what the 360 Wellness platform does, and puts it all together, and it's on web and a mobile app, and the web app is coming out shortly. We're getting our first CX listing of the DFID, which is a gamification of the platform, with the token listed on the first CX next week. So there's a lot of excitement happening, and I still can't believe that I somehow managed to merge fitness and blockchain all together. But that's essentially why I quit.
I think this makes perfect sense.
It does.
I think it makes perfect sense, man.
Exactly. And those guys, they've been supporting me on my journey, they've been following me since, since I was, and I'm not trying to say I'm somebody, but since I was a nobody on Twitter. They know me, they've seen my journey because I keep sharing it on Twitter. So it was just so nice to get rewarded in that way. And I'm no marketing expert. Like I said, I've got an engineering degree, right? But because of my time in crypto, I've worked with so many projects on different campaigns, raising money, help them have a successful launch, IDOs. I just sort of know the right people, know staff, so I can really come in and help them. So it's just beautiful. And I just want to let people know that you can succeed in the space no matter what your background is. If you met me 5 years ago, you'd be like, there's no way she's gonna ever make it. But because I was, I was at uni, I was partying, I was having time of my life, no care whatsoever. And now you can turn your life around whenever you want. And crypto gives you opportunities. There's so much in this space. It's so easy to make money here once you find your what makes you happy, you know, what wakes you
Exactly.
up. Yeah, you just need to find that angle and you'll be living your best life.
It's so exciting to talk to you because I think whoever's watching this is going to be very inspired, right? And, you know, I do go to the gym. I'm not a bodybuilder, but I do go to the gym a lot. You know, I used to play ball. But, you know, just like the idea of, you know, committing yourself to something, seeing it through, and just knowing that at the other end of it, there is going to be, you know, a happiness. But I also feel that like the journey is what makes it exciting in crypto too, because
Yeah.
of all the people you meet along the way. Talk to us a little bit about your community and sort of what it felt like building it, you know, like what was that like?
Like I said at the start, you know, I never planned on having such a big
Yeah,
community.
I
It
know.
just happened.
Cool.
But there are people who, you know, who message me daily being like, you're such an inspiration. Like, thanks
Wow.
to you, I've been able to, you know, to treat my mom to a house because, you know,
Yeah.
you inspired me to go full-time crypto, even though you haven't, but I felt like I could do it. You showed me that anything is possible in life. You inspire me to go to the gym, to be a better person,
Yeah.
to believe in
I can see
myself.
that.
Yeah, so like because I am not a trader, I don't post stuff like that. It's just not my thing. I never found it interesting, and that's fine. But I'm just sort of real, and I think that's what people like about me. I'm just authentic. I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. You know, like as blunt as I am on Twitter, that's how I am in person, and I think that's why people want to be related with me because
Yeah.
so many people on Twitter, they got avatar as a face, right? Once you put your face onto something, you sort of, I don't know, I
Yeah.
think you create a better feel with the community. And that's what my community is all about. I met so many fantastic people with so many backgrounds and stories that it just blows my mind, the opportunities and that the fact that crypto Twitter is a free space. Like you don't need to sign up for anything. You can just create an account and you can reach out to anyone, drop them a message, and people will get back to you no matter
Yeah.
what. It's just beautiful.
It's so
Honestly, I love
beautiful. It's so beautiful.
it.
It's so beautiful. It's
I just
you know,
love this life so much. Like
yeah,
it's
you
such a
know,
great space because there's so many people I would never like. We would never probably meet. You know, like
yeah,
what I
right.
saw. Exactly. So you get to meet so many people in the most weird ways possible. It's amazing, honestly.
I sent a message to my brothers earlier today. And
Oh
I
yeah.
told them, I was like, you know, look, guys, man, I'm meeting some of the coolest people I've ever met in my life in crypto. Like, the only thing that can compare to the level of supportiveness of this community was when I was a
Mm.
resident advisor back at my college. And you know, the whole mantra behind being a resident advisor is community and let's do little arts and crafts projects. It was
Yeah.
like really warm and welcoming, right? Like, but in a very similar way, that's how I feel with crypto Twitter. It's very much like that. And
Mm.
that's crazy because I mean, you don't really find that anywhere, you
No,
know?
you don't. And there's like what's so amazing is that there are like inside jokes. Um, you create your own community with the other communities, and there are stuff that unless you're in it, you have no idea what I'll be talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like there is constantly some drama, some gossip, rack balls keep happening, which they didn't, but there's constantly something. And you meet anyone at the conference and people will know exactly what you're talking about. Whereas you go
Yeah.
on the street, you start talking about this internet magic money and people think that like you're insane.
Yeah.
So,
It's a totally different language, you know? Like
yeah.
we talk about doxing, we talk about, you know, being fully doxed, we talk about dropping alpha, you know, we talk about all these different things. You know, it's just a beautiful place to be in.
Mm.
It's like I don't know, in high school, man, when I made it on the team and you get invited to all these cool things that people on the team do together. And it's like a
Exactly.
lot of fun, you know?
Exactly.
You're like, oh, snap, people are having a good ass life. You know, like they're really enjoying themselves, you know? So, yeah, no, I totally understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, the inside joke thing, I totally get it. All right, yeah. So, I think we've done a great job today, just, you know, kind of getting to know you. It was really great having you here on the channel. Your story is very inspiring. And at the end of the day, you know, thank you so much for adding to this library of narratives. Because, you know, I know it's going to be a lot of fitness influencers should come and watch this like, oh, snap, she bodybuilding. Let me see what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really dope.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm so sorry for running a little bit late, as
No worries.
but we made it, and that's the beauty. You know, we connected through whatever means possible. We made it work, and that's exactly what this community is all about. Exactly. So thank you so much for having me. I'm really looking forward to the release. And if anyone ever has got any questions, just message me on Twitter or Instagram at AltCoinSara, and I'll be more than happy to help you all.
All right, you guys heard it. Instagram and Twitter, AltCoinSara. She's more than happy to help. All right.
Yes, Sarah with no H, by the way.
With no H. No H. I'll drop it in the description below so everybody knows what to find.
Thank you.
All right.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.